The grand finals of this week's EPT Cup, number 199. We're almost at 200 ESL Open Cups, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have a red Terran player. For Team Liquid, it is Clem, taking out his new teammate Cure in the semifinals to get here. His opponent, the lower right-hand corner for Dragon Kitesy Gaming, it is Dark. He took out Beyond in the semifinals to get here. Very solid matches all around. Should be a good TVZ between these guys. Can't imagine it's gonna be bad. But as we get into this game, I'd like to once again ask those out there watching on Twitch to hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate when people hit those buttons. It makes the numbers go up, and numbers going up makes me happy, except in two situations. One is on the scale. I prefer the numbers on my scale to go down. Pretty much they just stay the same, but that's okay. It's better than going up. And also, when I'm spending money, like if I'm buying something online in the cart, if that number goes up, kind of hurts, you know? So, those are the two situations which I prefer the numbers to get smaller. But my subscriber number, that one's getting bigger. And I appreciate you guys subscribing to my YouTube channel. Trying to push to 1,000, and maybe I can start making some money off of that just by posting videos. Been posting pretty religiously, getting as many videos out there as I can. Shout out to the Reddit thread that people made where they said nice things about me and then subscribed to my YouTube channel. It was incredibly rewarding. It feels really nice to be seen like that from the community. I've never seen anybody mention my name on Reddit before, unless it's like a specific post about something I'm doing. But even then, it's usually not organic. So it feels nice to see just like an organic post on there about my channel. Been busting it for a long time. And you know what they say, busting makes me feel good. I actually just listened to the Ghostbusters theme song the other day, and I kind of forgot that he says that line in the song, the actual song. Man, I got so used to the meme Bustin' video that I forgot that he literally sings Bustin' makes me feel good in the Ghostbusters song, which is also just straight up a banger. Ah, what a good song. Great Halloween song. All right, let's see what's going on in this game. We just got to see Beyond opening with his 2-Rax Reaper a number of times, and here we go with Clem opening up with some Hellions. So this is a very, very standard opening from Clem. Quick 3CC into the Hellions. Dark's going for Roaches. A very dark move. Still droning up. Not going crazy on him just yet, but he can turn that switch at any point. Now, with Banshees coming out, it's going to be harder for any Roaches to get damaged done, so these Roaches are probably just going to be defensively mostly. We'll see if Dark wants to get a little cheeky with him. We saw him use the Roaches to very good effect against Beyond. And then kind of get into Ling Bane off the back of them, but 7 Roaches, 8 Roaches on the way right now. No more drones coming out of Dark. Feels like he wants to send it. I don't know. Nah, all right, 4 more drones. I got excited. Can't blame me. There's no lair here for Dark, though, so there's no Roach speed. There's no Evo chamber for upgrades. He just wants to get his drone count up and using the Roaches to kind of help protect him. Looks like he is going to push across the map, but this is... You know, they say sometimes the best defense is a good offense. That's what Dark's going for here. He's defending by way of attacking. And the Banshees are going to clean this up with the help of the Hellions. But in the meantime, the Roaches are going to try to target down some SCVs, stopping this wall from going up 4 or 5 workers going down here. And it forces Clem's units all the way back, pulls all the pressure off of Dark. He's droning up with impunity right now. He's going to be able to get up to a very nice 3-base economy as his lair finishes up here. No 4th base just yet for Dark, though. A little surprised by that. Feels like a bit of a later 4th base than what I normally expect. As I say it, the drone gets roasty toasty. That was about to put that 4th base down. The Banshees are coming in. Let's see if Clem can get some counter damage here. Dark's paying attention, though. He sees the shimmer of those Banshees. The Banshees so far getting nothing done, but the Hellions are going to dive in, too. No, there's too many Queens. They try to run by. A Ling or 2 buying some time for the Roaches to get here, but 4 drones going down. 6 drones. Is this going to be enough for it to be worth it for Clem to lose all of these Hellions? Oh, hold on. It's starting to feel real worth it. 11 drones going down. And what started out as just okay ends up, I think, going very nicely for Clem. The Banshees, in the meantime, going to go ahead and get 3 more kills in the main. But Dark, through all of this, he's lost 14 drones. He's on 73. 76, no problem. He's just been remaking them the whole time. And so as all those Hellions sacrifice themselves, as the Banshees poke in and poke out, and they can still clear some creep and stuff, but Dark's still sitting on a great economy. That being said, doesn't have a ton of army units out right now, and Clem is going to hit with the double medevac full of Stim Marines. A few Roaches and Ravagers here, but not a lot. Ravagers pulling back so that the Roaches can take the brunt of this damage. It looks like as a few more Roaches pop out, Dark will hold on. Felt dicey there for a second, but he gets to maintain a nice worker count here as his 4th base finishes up. Clem is on 3 bases, though, up to 68 SCVs right now. His economy is doing quite well on the other side of the map. Bit of a back and forth here, but should equalize pretty close to normal at this point. I'm going to keep that pressure on, continuing to send units across the map. Not splitting his army either, just joining it all up together. There's not a lot of power with this army, though. Obviously, Stim Marines are very good, but there's no tanks here. So it's just going to be Stim Marines against Roach Ravager. Pretty straightforward fight. Banshee's still doing the best they can. They got healed back up. They're going to go back out there. Combat shield's not quite done yet, but 1-1 is for Clem. He's got to dodge those biles, so he picks up, he gets out of there. Scans to clear some of this creep, sees that his base is on the way up. Queens will push those away. I'm doing a great job dodging the biles. Gotta watch out for those. Dark's really good at the predictive biles and taking advantage of players not being able to look everywhere at once. Scan to see what's going on in here. Dark's Hive is already done. As you'd expect, 3 Vipers on the way. It's also got Burrow and Bane Speed and Ling Speed finishing up. I love that Dark skips Ling Speed and gets it like way later. So funny. The Lings about to get speed. Perfect timing there to stop Clem from being able to get into that base very easily. But Clem's got a lot more stuff coming across the map. Both players on very similar army supplies right now. And very similar upgrades, actually. 2-2 still a little bit away for both of them. But Clem's pushing anyways. He's going to siege up those tanks on the low ground. Is there enough here for Dark to hold on against this? He doesn't have the Banes out yet. He's morphing a few. Lings coming in either for the surround or the counterattack. It looks like a little bit of both. These Lings are going to hit. There's just too much there to get those Lings really in. Queens dive a little bit far forward away from the siege tanks. The Lings are going to get on top of this base. That is not a planetary yet. So a few SCVs going down to this counterattack. Dark going to try to send the Banelings forward, but the 4 siege tanks on the low ground here doing a lot of damage, and that is going to be a dead 5th base for Dark. He does not have another one coming up. This push from Clem is looking very, very strong. And while the counterattack is being annoying here and is getting some damage done, Clem maintains a worker supply lead, and oh no! The tanks all sieged up right next to each other. They all get filed down after the blinding clouds. And Clem, he's going to lift up. He's going to try to head towards the main. He should be able to get some of these Marines out, but yeah, he's just going to have to lift up and leave. The Lings are there too soon, and Dark, he is Nidusing to the other side of the map. He's got Ultras coming out. Is Clem watching over here? He's not sending anything up there right now. Okay, hold on. Now he is. But he's just got tanks back at home. They're so slow. Lings are going to be able to start popping out here while Dark is dealing with this. Clem, though, forces a cancel on this base or maybe gets the kill. The Lings in the main are just going to burrow as the Nidus goes down. I don't know if Clem's going to be fully ready for those Lings, but it's just a handful of them. Not a lot here. Dark pushes Clem off of his side of the map. He's going to retake this base. He's got the gold base on the way as well. But Dark's economy is not great. He's down 10 workers, and he's on an even base count with his opponent. So Clem's going to be mining more for a little while here, and that is something he can really use to his advantage. As it looks like he's going to push out again and start putting some pressure on. I love the Banshees here to help defend this. That's a fantastic choice. Clem finding some Banelings. We could see some burrowed Banes around. That's something we've seen Dark do today. This push is going to get absolutely sent packing. More Banelings morphing. Scan goes down to see there is, in fact, the gold base on the way. Dark has some units up here, but no Banelings yet. Dark's not really watching, so some of these things are just running in on their own. Oh, the Baneling's going to pop at the perfect time, forcing that lift up. Lings in the main still chilling for now. Keep looking up there, hoping they'll do something, but not too much the, like, 8 Lings can do. But Dark is finally able to get this base up. He's droning it up a little bit, finally taking the worker lead back from Clem. Gonna drop a Nidus up here. Scan goes down, gonna clear those out. Turret's gonna come up here. Clem defending his base very nicely. But this is also giving Dark time to get into a much better economy. As we see, he's taking yet another base. He was stuck on 4 bases for a long time, but he's closing in on 7 here now. Anabolic synthesis for those Ultras coming out. Dark's army is going to get scarier and scarier. So is Clem's, though. Those are the Ghosts. Double Ghost Academy here. I don't know if that was on purpose, but he could go for a couple of nukes, actually. And Clem's going to be able to secure this base while he pushes towards the gold. It's a very powerful position for the Terran. This gold is mining, but Dark's trying to come in here and trying to clear this before the 5th base is fully set up. These Marines just not doing their job right now. 1 Ultra sent down to clean up the Marines. You gotta love it. Oh, here's another drop, though. Dark has been loving these Overlord Ling drops into the main. He's gonna stop +2 vehicle weapons. Killing that armory is annoying as well. The Nidus will not get up, but Clem has to put a lot into this defense, which means the front of his base might not be fully ready to go. Looks like he's got enough to defend this, though, but at the 3rd, Banelings and Lings coming in. SCVs are running away for now. Oh, a couple of Banelings are going to burrow here. I don't think Clem's going to be ready for it. Going to send the SCVs back. Dark might wait a little while to blow those up. There he goes. Not a lot of SCV damage, but all of a sudden, those Banelings do get them. I love the scan afterwards. That's just my favorite thing. The scan after the Banelings already exploded. So relatable, Clem. So relatable. There's some damage happening on both sides. The resources lost a little bit in Clem's favor, but a lot closer than some of the previous DBZs we've seen. 3,000 resources. The mining has been pretty back and forth, but should be decently in the favor of Dark right now, especially as he's going to roll in with the Banelings. He's going to take down this planetary, kill 6 more SCVs, some big snipes on the retreat, though. A lot of stuff going down there for Dark. He's going to be able to remax on Zerglings. He's got another Nidus worm being made. Oh, where it's at. That's the main base. He's also got the Spire being built. Dark trying to tech up, but he's got to defend this counter push. Some Ravagers getting jumped on here. Some snipes going down. These Banshees have done so much. It's so useful. Oh, Lings and Banshees from the back, though. Clem has nowhere to go. He's got to lift up, leaving a lot of these units here to die. That push looked so scary. Oh my god, the 1 Banshee. Please. Finally, we'll go down. Dropper Lord's getting killed back at home. Clem is reestablishing this 5th base, but it's just an orbital this time. A very damaged orbital, in fact. And Dark wants to come back in. He's getting +1 flyer attacks as well. Is he planning a Muta switch? Oh, we're going to see the Muta switch? Oh, I would love to see that so much. But Clem, he's got to hold on for us to see that. Come on, Clem, hold on. I don't know, man. This is looking dicey. He's down to 50 workers. He does have enough bio here to hold on for now. The Mule drops to heal this orbital command. The big snipes going off there. The Ravagers get killed. Oh my god, but the base is getting hit again. Baneling's running up to the high ground. Dark's supply is plummeting, but he's killing so much stuff here. Clem's supply also getting dropped way down in the dumps. Both players at about 140. The base goes down. This base goes down. 32 SCVs died. The scan to see that, yep, Dark is mining from this base too. He's on 7 right now. Dark deciding not to go for the mutas, which is what I feel like he's heading towards here. Instead, playing a little bit safer. Getting 7 ultras out, a lot of links and veins. Is he going to have enough to hold on in the meantime, though? The Vipers are still sucking up energy right now. So he's got to blast through these tanks with the Lings and Banes, but Clem continuing to push forward. Is there going to be enough here for Dark to hold on? The 7 ultras, they need to pop. They're so close. One of them's about to pop right now. There's a few more that pop elsewhere. One's going to hit on the backside. And I think this is going to be too much for Clem's army. He wants to save 1 tank. He does get it out of there. 15 drones died, but Clem's down to 39 workers. So 64 economy here for the Zerg is totally fine. So I'm going to try to drop some of these units out, but I don't know. He's under 100 supply. The tanks can't shoot over here. The ultras are diving on top of them, chunking through these bio units. The Liberator's doing the best they can, but I just don't think it's enough for Clem. He's down 100 supply. GG. Dark takes game number 1. A very, very hard-fought game. But once Dark got into that, like, 6-base, 85 drone setup, it became so hard for Clem to fight against him. And from then, it just felt like Dark never lost that advantage once he had it. That 5th base that Clem took feels so exposed. And Clem able to take, or Dark rather, able to take a solid game 1 there. I love TVZ, man. It's so good. And it's so cool getting to see, like, a lot of different matches, like just all the best players up against each other, but a lot of different play styles and different problem solving in different matchups, you know. Dark versus Beyond is very different than Dark versus Clem, and is very different than Dark versus Oliveira, and that's the same Zerg player. It's very cool. I like seeing that, like, back to back, getting to see different matches in the same week, where you get to really compare and contrast how you know, different players attack the game. Hitting them with the 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. I wish I was as fast as Solar with that. I'm so slow. My finger speed is just... It's very slow these days. I need to play some more StarCraft so my finger speed gets back up there. I feel like I'd be a better observer with more finger speed. All right, we're getting into game 2. We're going to be on Oceanborn. Oceanborn, take me by the horns. I will be forlorn if we're not on Oceanborn. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner, we have Team Liquid's Clem. Looking strong in that game 1, but once the game got a little bit later, those extra bases started coming out. Became a little more difficult for him as his opponent was ultimately able to take it. In the upper left for Dragon Kitesy Gaming, it's Dark. Clem's going to go for the low ground 2 racks this time. I was just talking about how Clem plays differently than Beyond, and he immediately, in the next game, pulls out the Beyond opening. Very interesting here. This is something we've seen him do more recently, which I thought was very funny. Because I do feel like this build isn't nearly as popular in Europe as it was in Korea. And even in Korea, it's starting to lose popularity, with really only Beyond continuing to do it consistently. So it's just so funny that now that it's dropped in popularity in Korea, Clem's like, I'll pick it back up. Because I didn't see him do it very much a couple months ago. But he did this last week too, and I was surprised by it then. But Dark should be very practiced against these kinds of openers. We'll see what variety Clem decides to go with. Because it's Clem, I'm kind of imagining it's just going to be like a 3 Reapers into... Oh, it is West. Who is the best? West. West is the best. It's my middle name. Anyways, who is the best Montana West? That's the rhyme scheme there. Just in case you were wondering. Yes, I'm expecting 3 Reapers into a follow-up, but as I say that, Reaper 4 starts up. What the follow-up is going to be, we shall find out here. Clem. But I think with the 5 Reaper opening, the follow-ups become a little more limited. I don't think we're going to see like a 4 racks follow-up. Wait, did he cancel the Reapers? Cancels the Reapers, drops on the factory. So is this now 2 Reapers? It's 3 Reapers. Okay, hold on. He canceled the 4th Reaper. Man, following Clem is so hard. I'm like, what's he going to do? And Clem's like, oh, I'm not really sure. Good focus fire there from Dark. One of those Reapers very low. Clem's going to have to run away. These Reapers really not getting anything done, not getting any kills at all. Ling's in the main holding on. No Ling speed here for Dark. It's so interesting that he'll open without Ling speed. But that tells me Dark's got some cheeky plans up his sleeves. He's actually not mining gas at all. Gasless opening here for Dark. What a wild, wild man. Yeah, and Clem's following up with the double Cyclone Reactor. He hasn't scouted the main at all, so this isn't a reaction to seeing Dark go for like a gasless opening. He's just decided to do this. I think he made this decision on the fly. He's like, you know what? I'm not going 5 Reaper. Let me cancel that. Put down the factory. Double Cyclone opener. I think it could be quite strong here against the no Ling speed of his opponent. Because these Cyclones should be able to just go get kills. This Overlord's in a very dangerous spot. But Clem's going to let it live for now. He wants to get across the map and get damage done as soon as he can. Queen's eating some damage here. Nice transfuse. 5 Queens should be enough to push this away. There's a lot of stuff at the top of that ramp. I'm surprised Clem went up there instead of circumnavigating around here. He's going to try to save this Overlord. Can they save it? Yeah, looks like they can, at least for now. A couple Hellions show up as well to help against the Lings, but it's actually Roaches coming out. Clem needs to recognize that soon because these Hellions are going to be 0 help against those Roaches. Behind this, there are Marines and Stim being made. So Clem might be thinking about following this up with a bit of a Marine push, but he's going to have to follow it up with a defense. I feel like Dark's going to push across. Got more Roaches coming out, but I don't know. Pushing with Roaches is kind of difficult. Cyclone should be able to get very good value against this. They're just going to be defensive Roaches for now. Hellions splitting off from the Cyclones and try to dive in for some drones, perhaps. Roaches and Queens, though, here to stop that. Ooh, but they let him get into the main base. Oh, my God. All the Hellions get in here. They're so low. The drones get pulled to fight. That's a good call, but 5 drones going down, 6 drones. Not too bad for Clem. Honestly, a good cleanup for Dark, though. That looked really sketchy when those 4 Hellions got in there, but they were all so low, the drone pull ended up working really well. Clem's going to pick up a bunch of Marines now, though, and move out. He's got combat shields almost done. He's got stim is finished, and 1-1 is on the way. Be a lot of Marine follow-up. Yeah, 3 more Raxes coming up here for Clem. Going to be a cancel on the 4th base here. Nice little bit of damage from Clem. Don't want to leave too many Marines to die, though. Roach speed is on the way, as is 1-1 for Dark. No Ling speed, though. Who needs it? Not Dark. Maybe he'll get that later. Right now, he's building a lot of Roaches. A whole bunch of Roaches. Clem needs to recognize how many Roaches are being built, because it's a lot. He's going to need to really be pumping out tanks and Marines right now. A lot of Roaches. Just more and more on the way. Dark's going to hit a 1-1 Roach timing. I assume he'll try to morph a few Ravagers. He's got a decent amount of gas. He's just trying not to show it, right? Oh, it's the same group of Roaches. Oh, that's the same group of Roaches. Oh, it's just some Roaches. Don't worry about it. He's going to morph 10 Ravagers and run across the map with 1-1. And Clem is not ready for this at all. He is for sure not ready for this. He needs to see this soon, so he knows what he's up against. He's going to stim forward. He sees a Ravager, but still not seeing very much here. Dark is doing such a great job of hiding his intentions. Hiding his true feelings from his opponent. But look at that supply, man. Dark just scrambling his way up to 177 supply. Clem does pull back. He's going to get this tank into position. It's going to be a nice position for his tanks here. These ones are very far back, though, and if Dark just hits on the left, they will not be able to do any help at all. But yeah, Clem has realized he's got the bunker building. Dark is hitting, though. He's going to start dropping those biles. Not a lot of Roaches here. Where are they? There they are on the top side. The tanks can help up here now. Clem's really well set up. One of the tanks goes down to the mineral line. That's a lot of Marines, and the Ravagers are all on their own over here. Some Roaches show up a little bit late, though. A lot of Ravagers going to fall before those Roach reinforcements get there. Dark is still 50 supply up, though. And he is putting a lot of pressure onto Clem right now. The tanks are moving forward. He needs to get them into better positions. There's not a ton of Ravagers left. There is enough to knock down these tanks if they get in bile range. Man, Dark just building so many Roaches. He has 66 drones back at home, though. So while he's doing some damage here, his economy isn't great. Oh, and Dark, he just started up 2-2, but he canceled +2 missile attacks. Started up +1 melee, then canceled it and started up +2 missile attacks again because he realized he doesn't have Ling speed. So he can't build Lings right now. So now he's going to start up Ling speed, but keep that +2 missile attacks going. The Bile's going to try to keep these Marines back for now. Clem sending out a medevac to the north side here. Oh, now watching for a second. That's not good. He loses a lot of Marines there. And Dark is continuing to just build Roaches. He does have a Hive coming up behind this, and a Hydra down. It looks like he's going to head towards Lurkers, perhaps. But he's going to dive back into this base. There are 4 siege tanks back here now. So Dark has to be pretty careful about getting too deep into that. At the same time, this drop is threatening to come up here. Dark has some queens nearby. I'm just going to spot that and just boost away to the corner for now. Dark sacrificed a lot to make that Roach attack happen. So now he's getting into these things pretty late. The upgrades are a little late. The lair, or the Hive rather, is later than he'd usually like it to be. It is all on the way, though. But Clem's supply is getting up there. He's up to 170 supply. He can fight against this much more straight up. Maxed Marine tank beats Roach Raptor. It's just better. And that's why Dark is heading into these Lings finally. He's heading into, I would assume, Banelings, but more focused on the Lurkers right now. I don't actually know if he has a Baneling nest. He does not. He is cutting all the corners he can. He's going to dive in here. Vile's taking down both of those tanks. Clem might have overextended trying to take this 4th base. Dark, he's going to take down every single one of the siege tanks here, pushing it back to just some Marines and Marauders. But now it's just Ravagers as the Roaches are all dead. Oh, Dark, be careful. Diving very far in. There's more siege tanks back here, holding strong for Clem, who's dodging against the Biles and just targeting down these Ravagers. God, great splits there against the Biles. And Clem, that looked dicey for a second, but Dark dove in a second time, just a little too deep. And Clem takes a good fight off the back of that. Overall, the trades have been in favor of Clem. They're pretty close, though. And considering Clem's fourth base is just now being taken, that's okay for Dark. I don't know, man. Clem's been mining at least as much as Dark for the last 5 minutes. That's a real problem. And now Clem's going to come in here and hit this base. So as he takes his fourth, he is going to kill Dark's fifth. Dark is not going to be able to stop this. That is going to go down. Counterattack, though, as a lot of those bio units are out on the map. Oh, the tank lives. Oh, this is so painful for Dark. Losing so many roaches on the retreat. Ling's coming over here to try to stop him, but Clem taking a great set of fights. And now he is up in supply. He has more workers. The army supply is dead even. The upgrades are even, but 3-3's on the way for Clem. It is not on the way for Dark. Dark is trying to get into lurkers. That could save him here, at least temporarily. But that Ghost Academy is just starting now for Clem. So he is climbing that tech tree as well. And he is just cruising along on a better economy than his Zerg opponent. Clem is looking fantastic this game. No banelings here is so difficult for Dark. Nothing that shoots up either, except the biles. If some of these lurkers can come out, maybe Clem will take a bad fight, but I don't know, he's got so many siege tanks. Ghosts are starting to come out. And he's pushing. 5 lurkers are on the way. They have their range upgrade, which is the most important one. They're getting their speedy burrow as well. Clem's going to start sieging up these tanks way back here. Smart move. Dark's just trying to hold the front with some of these biles. Clem has done such a great job splitting against them. He realizes that there are, in fact, lurkers here. Some Vipers coming out as well. Oh, my God, but these siege tanks is so good. That one gets pulled forward. 2 of them actually getting pulled forward there. Nice yoink so far out of Dark. But he's got to be so incredibly cost efficient. His army is so small, and his economy is not great. Clem up 20 supply right now and pushing hard into Dark. Oh, he's going to try to split and push up here, but the lurkers actually win that fight. And without the bio down here, the tanks are getting cleaned up by the roaches and ravagers. Army's getting pretty reset here, actually. The same army supply right now. But needs to be careful not to overextend and lose his winning position. He's trying to take a 5th base back at home as he pushes into this 4th of the Zerg. Oh, some snipes going down. There's 1 dead Viper. The tank count down to, I think it's literally just the 1. Liberator gets killed here. It's going to be harder and harder for Clem to push in as he doesn't have those units. Tanks and Liberators very important for pushing into the lurkers. The Ghost, though, also very important. There are 6 of them out now, most of them back at home. I don't know if there's actually any in this army. It looks like there's 1. Oh, what is that lurker doing? It's the wrong unit. Wrong unit died. Lurker's a little late to burrow. A couple of them going to go down here. The bile pulls back. There's only 1 lurker over here. I don't know, man. Clem is looking like he's just making moves. Counterattack of some lurkers and hydras. This is not a planetary. There are some bio units and some tanks here left to defend, including some ghosts. I'm going to try to get some snipes and kill off these lurkers. Oh, they're doing a great job. Scans going down. This is keeping Clem very occupied, getting some worker kills. And Clem's going to pull the rest of his army back home. Now Dark's on the counteroffensive, but he's at 135 supply. This feels so last-ditch effort for Dark, just trying to get as much damage done as he can. On the other side of the map, constantly counterattacking. Can he get some good trades here? It doesn't feel like it's working so far as Clem dives in again, getting some snipes off on the lurkers, taking them down, splitting his bio army, killing all the rest of this. And Dark's got nothing left. He is going to tap out as he drops to just over 100 supply, and Clem ties the series up 1-1. Very sick series so far between these two. Exactly what you'd expect. Oh, Clem needs a couple minutes of a break there. I don't blame him. After a game like that, lots of back and forth in that game. Dark committing to a huge Roach Ravager attack that felt like it was doing well, but I think a couple of overextensions there from Dark. He was losing a lot of Ravagers. And those are the big value units. You can lose roaches, but you got to keep those Ravagers alive. I'm doing a great job sniping them off. All right, Clem's taking a quick break. I'm going to take a quick break to shove something in my face because I'm very hungry. Right back in a moment with Game 3. Been a long day. Honestly, I went out last night a little hungover. It happens. Had a fun night, but it was a late night. Nature Valley bars. The messiest of foods possibly eat. Delicious, but so messy. All right. Thought we'd have one more minute, but we're loading into the game. I apologize. I'm going to be chewing a little bit while we get into Game 3 here. Damn it, I left my water. Alright, you know who these guys are, right? You don't need to tell. You don't need me to tell you. Here you go. We'll follow somebody else's zoom ins. Wow, look at that. Oh my god, is that Dark? Jesus Christ, it's Jason Dark. Yeah, Nature Valley bars are good. Very messy, though, and kind of get stuck on your teeth a little bit. So good, though. Oats and honey, banger. All right, we're all tied up 1-1. Seems like we're going to have some long games here. These guys do not mess around. One of the best Terrans against one of the best Zergs. Clem's looked really, really strong lately. I know he's looked strong for like 3 years now, but this is some of the best play I've seen from him in a while. His Aligulac rating went up by quite a bit, which I know isn't always the most representative of things, because you can... Yeah, it just depends on who you're playing against, right? Like, if Clem just beats a bunch of players that he's much better than over and over and over again, his Aligulac rating will go up like crazy. But, I mean, in general, it gives us a good sense of things, and seeing a big increase in that rating does tell us that overall he's been looking stronger. Dark has actually moved up a little bit in Aligulac as well lately, but he's pretty much always within like the top 6 or 7. So Clem has just more recently joined him. I think Clem was down a little bit lower, though both I think have been in the top 10 consistently for the last like 3 years. So you know, it's a little hard to say, but I feel like we've been seeing some great play out of Clem lately. And Dark is, I mean, Dark is one of my favorites to win GSL going into it. So we'll see how that goes. We got more GSL The semis and finals are actually going to be this week. Very excited for that. Not sure what I'm doing that night, actually. I don't know. When is that? I think that's Thursday. Isn't it? ESL finals? I'll have to check. Might try to stay up and watch that live. See if anybody wants to hang out and watch GSL. We used to do that. I feel like people don't do that as much anymore. I remember hanging out and watching GSL live back in the day on some of the DGen channels. Uppetree used to stream at DGen times. We'd watch some GSL on his channel. I mean, we wouldn't watch it on his channel, but we'd like hang out on his channel to watch it. Those were good times. I feel like the ESL co-streaming was meant to have that vibe, but I don't think they quite got what made it work. So I hope they'll work on that for next time, because I think there's some people that would be really fun to watch, like the pro matches while hanging out on their channel, and could give a lot of exposure to pro matches on channels that maybe don't watch it as often. You know, you might have a bunch of people who watch Loco stream but don't necessarily watch the ESL broadcast, and if he wants to just hang out and watch those one day, could expose a new audience to them, some of the ESL matches. It's just fun. It's some strict limitations this season, but nothing says they can't change it for next time. I think there's been some feedback in that regard. But this game, Clem's trying to poke in. This is a very standard opening from Clem. Quick 3CC, Hellion Banshee. I mean, this is bog standard, as they say. Bog standard. What does that mean? Bog standard. That's some English saying, isn't it? It's gotta be. Oh yeah, nah, he's doing the bog standard build. You guys gotta stop making shit up. What are you doing? That's not a thing. What is bog standard? There's nothing standard about bogs. A bog is like a weird place. You don't really talk about that very often. How often are you in a bog? I feel like I've been in a bog like maybe twice in my life, if that. I'm not even really sure what the definition of a bog would be. Kind of thinking like a swamp area. Not a place I frequent. So what would bog standard mean? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Probably some like Cockney rhyming slang for something else. Pog. It's pog standard. Pog standard, dude. That's when it's like super pog. It's like the most pog. When it's like ultra pog, it's pog standard. Watching Hellions try to kill a building is so funny. Any other unit, this building would be so dead already. Finally, Clem is able to force the cancel on it. But hey, it's a nice cancel there for Clem. Got his 1-1 on the way. Again, Clem is... I mean, this really is the bog standard that Clem is doing. This is exactly what you expect it to be. The follow-up of Marine. It's going to be Marine Mine, which is kind of fun. We haven't seen Marine Mine yet from Clem. Meanwhile, it seems like Dark pretty much knows what he's up against here. He's got the Hydra Den coming up now, so it's going to be Lingbane Hydra for him. And both players just macroing up right now. The Hellions poking and prodding, but not really getting much damage done. Just to cancel on that fourth. Only one Marine has gone down so far on Clem's side of things. I don't think anybody's necessarily ahead or behind. Dark has realized there's a push happening right now as Clem starts moving out with some of his Marines. The Medivacs are here to help out. So he's got Lings and Banes being made. Should be able to deflect this fairly easily. This is just macro. Banesby not quite done yet though, so Clem should be able to either target down Banes or just run away from them, as we see here. Dark getting into those Hydras, getting a few of them out here. It's going to make it a little harder for the medevacs to stick around. Clem's going to need a boost away, but Clem's coming in for a push. Armory is done. Drilling Claws, it's not going to be done for this one, but he's going to take down this Queen. Dark realizing, hey, there's a push happening in earnest right now. And Dark might be earnest. This is happening right in him. Ooh, those Lings of Pain's running right on by, though. Widow Mines connecting on a lot of them. Clem gets out of there with a lot of the Marines. Dark needs to be a little careful chasing after this with the Hydras, but looks like Clem doesn't want to take the fight. He's going to back up. Widow Mines will get cleared up. Dark will hold on. Should be a nice trade for Clem, though. After all of that. Clem's going to go for a Widow Mine drop on the left. It's funny, we didn't ever used to see this against Zerg, and then I feel like lately, seeing a lot of Terran players just go for the Widow Mine drops. I don't hate it. The Widow Mine drops are pretty good. Might as well do them. Not getting a lot of damage here, though. 3 drones going down for those Widow Mines. Same time, though, Clem pushing up here, trying to take down this 5th base. Looks like Dark has enough to hold on to it for now. Okay, hold on, chat. Chat's hooking us up. So the medevac comes back in, but it's just going to die immediately. And the Queen... 4 more drones going down. All right, specifically a bog is wet, muddy ground, too soft to support a heavy body. All right. Whew. You know what else is soft? These Marines. As they get smashed by the Banelings, but Clem feels like he has enough to keep pushing. Quite a few Lings join up to reinforce. Widow Mine, though, getting a massive connection on some of those Lings. But it looks like Dark will clear this up, push this away, keep his 5th base alive. He's going to take the 6th to the lower left as well, which Clem isn't going to get the scout on right now, unfortunately for him. Meantime, Clem has taken his 4th base. So what would bog standard mean then? I don't... Like, what is that? Might have to look that up. Oh, Widow Mine's hitting the Lings pretty harshly, but doing some friendly fire to the Marines as well. So the Marines will pick up and get out of there before they get killed. A lot of medevacs here for Clem. We have seen that the Vipers of Dark, he likes to target down the medevacs with the Parasitic Bomb. So it is important for Clem to make sure he continues to produce medevacs throughout this game so he has all of that healing energy, the good healing juices. Because Dark does have Vipers coming out. They're sucking up the Hive juice. I'm going to try some Hive juice. Got Adrenal on the way as well. No 3-3 starting up for Clem right now. I feel like he's got to get that going. Because we already have +3 melee started up for Dark. Clem can do it. He's got the money right now. There you go. Cancels that armor. Oh no, the armor upgrade finish. Starts up +3 attack. Going to be able to kill the 6th base down here that Dark just finished up. I'm going to keep pushing over here. He's got some Widow Mines ready to be annoying. Ooh, massive connection there, and Dark wants nothing to do with the rest of this. He's like, all right, hold on, let's pull back. Splitting off a few Lings there. Does bait 1 Widow Mine to connect at the same time. Clem moving up to the north side. Dark does have quite a few units here to protect his new 6th base. They're a little bit out of position for this fight. Ooh, Clem might focus on the base. No, he's going to pull back. Try to micro against this force. Nice little yoink there on one of those medevacs. The army keeps microing backwards. Some Widow Mines up here, though, being extra annoying, and the Liberators stopping Dark from pushing any further in. Ooh, same time, Widow Mines down here getting some massive connections. Dark will clear it up, but that's painful. Speaking of painful, oh, Dark, he is losing so much to these mines. I feel like so much of the good trading for Clem here has just been the Widow Mine connections. And Clem's now pushing up here. He's got an army down here. Dark does want to go for another drop into the main. But Clem is on 5 solid bases right now, and he has successfully stopped Dark from taking a 6th. like 3 or 4 times at this point. There's the drop into the main. I don't know if there's a Nidus Worm to combine with this time. But Dark's here with a lot of Lings. These are 2-2, soon to be 3-2 Adrenal Lings. They will chew through this very quickly. It looks like Clem's going to be able to clean this up, but Dark's hitting through the middle as well. Just rolling in here. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. I don't know where these SCVs went. There's like none here. So many SCVs dying right now for Clem. Dark getting a lot of economic damage done. Clem has this drop, but he's not doing anything with it right now. Focused on cleaning up everything back at home. It looks like he is done for now, but this army in the middle is still causing him a lot of trouble. He might need to bring that drop back. Dark, he's finding some huge damage here, and he's double expanding back at home while he's doing this now that Clem is not on his side of the map. The Banelings just smashing forward into anything they can find, and the Natural is actually getting killed. Oh my god, Clem is losing so much of his economy. Some drones going down on the other side of the map though. Clem is over here, and Dark is not prepared for this at all. Clem's counterattack actually doing fantastically. Not killing a lot of drones, but forcing a lot to pull away. There's a few more going down. It looks like he should be able to get this third base. Or fourth base, or whatever that one was. There's a billion Widow Mines up in the main base right now. That's insane. There's like 10 of them up here. So Dark's got to be careful rushing too far forward. But also, Widow Mines do cause friendly fire damage. Clem's got to be a little bit careful with like 8 Widow Mines going off right next to his army. It looks like Dark cleared this push up, at least pushed it away. There it is. But 41 SCVs died in the meantime. The Natural and the third both getting killed, or at least forced to lift. Clem's economy is not in a great spot right now. Dark finally has this base up and running. He's also got this base with a few drones at it. He's at a solid 76 workers. Not a huge worker count, but considering his opponent's at 50, I think it's pretty damn good. Clem's army supply is massive, though. The supplies are even despite Dark having 20 more workers. Oh, no! Oh, it was a big Baneling hit. I didn't even see those burrowed Banes, and neither did Clem. There's actually one more Baneling, too. He could try to set that off. Clem is just bringing everything to move through here. The drop rewards are still active. Dark has even more Lings down on the low ground, but he's going to try to drop in the main base once again. And he's going to try to hold off over here. There are approximately a zillion Widow Mines, though. So Dark has to be super careful engaging in this. Clem's going to try to split them, get some spreads going. The Widow Mine connections are decent. As he pulls back and continues to burrow those mines, Dark decides to get out of there. And there's the drop in the main base once again. No, Clem leaving the main base. You got to go save your stuff. Oh, he's focused on this attack out front. The Lings burrow, and the Lings in the main are just getting so much damage done. Clem's base is falling apart right now. Oh, that Widow Mine did Clem a favor there by killing all those burrowed Lings. AoE is pretty good. Supplies are even, but Clem again down to 49 workers. EMP goes off, but not before that ghost is killed. Or not before the ghost is yoinked, rather. Dark spending his bank, trying to get as much out as he can. Lings are being so annoying here. The last 4 Lings drop in. So much action happening on this map. Well, Dark isn't really able to mine from this base. It's almost dead. He has taken another base down here to the lower left, the 7th base. The Widow Mine next to it, but could send some drones down there to mine. But I'm continuing to try to push. He's still up army supply right now. He's going to push in here. The Vipers, I think the Vipers are still alive, but they're sucking up energy juice from this hatchery. I feel like those parasitic bombs on the medevacs could be quite nice right now for Dark. He's getting Neural Parasite as well. Gives him a little more utility with those infestors. But Clem, he's got enough army. He's going to split north and south and try to hit in both locations. Stops this base from coming up. This should rightly be Clem's base, honestly, but Dark wants it. Spore Crawler moves into position just to die. Dark does have some units nearby to hold on. Clem's moving down here now. Sees this 7th base. He wants to go kill it. Dark wants to stop him from going to kill it. Widowmine does not connect particularly well. Overseer's taking the brunt of the damage there. Scan spots these infestors, but they get the double fungal anyways. Oh, that EMP is a little too late. The follow-up fungal on the medevacs too. So many medevacs going down here. And at the same time, Dark pushing back on this side as well. Lots of Lings and Banes coming in. The Ghost, though, gets some snipes off. But is it enough? The Lings and Banes are like, oh, a planetary? Actually, I think we can take this. And I think they absolutely can take this as the Banelings start blasting through. Looks like the bio will clean that up, but at the same time on the other side, Dark pushing in over here. A few more SCVs going down, another base dying for Clem. Dark's economy is not exactly fantastic, though. He's got 65 workers. This base did live, though, which is massive. It's being sieged by a Liberator and a Widowmine. The Infestor usage here from Dark, always fantastic. Burrowing those Infestors, popping them out to land the fungal. Link's cleaning up the rest of what this base was. It looks like Clem wants to retake it with his whatever extra orbital he had here. As he pushes through the top side again, Dark doesn't seem to be very close to this. Does have some Lings here he can set up. These Liberators can cause him some problems. And actually, he's just going to evacuate the drones. A few drones going to go down on the retreat. Looks like 9 SCVs falling as well up here. So both players losing some workers. Dark, though, still on 75 drones as he loses that base. But this one stays alive. Nicely established now. He's got a bit of oversaturation. Might want to build some Vespine geysers here. Some extractors. Dark heading towards a lurker den. Did he not already have a lurker den? That was last game, huh? Get my games confused here. He's had that Hydra den for so long, I feel like I assumed he had the lurker den coming too. Once again, Dark not allowed to take that base. Oh my god, these Infestors. All 3 Infestors just right underneath that. If those were Banelings, if only. I'd love to see some more Baneling landmines here out of Dark. He was so good about those against Beyond.
Chickenman. Wow.
But hasn't been able to do too many against Clem, just a few. Diesel max power. D's little ol' 65 months of resubscription. Hot damn. Hot diggity dog. Diesel once again proving to be the most loyal of the flock. Thank you so much, Diesel, for the continued support through the entirety of my existence as a streamer on Twitch. Whew. Fester lands a nice fungal, but gets blapped by the Widowmine. A little tit for tat there as Dark cleans this up. Clem pulling back down. It looks like he wanted to push to the north side, but decided to pull away. 4 Hydras here, fighting against some bio. Did the Hydras win this fight? Is this... Wow. Maybe Hydras aren't that bad. I just thought Hydras were garbage. What happened? Now they're going to turn into lurkers and go harass this base. Man, Hydras are good, guys. Hold on. Hold the phone. Dark pushing this back. Oh my god, another beautiful fungal from Dark as the Infestor pops up. Clem is going to be able to get out of there with a lot of those low hit point units, though. Really nice pickup there right before those units were going to die. Scan to kill that Infestor. Some more Infestors behind that, though. Is another fungal available. Goes. A couple of decent fungals. This is a lot of Lingbane Hydra. Yeah, that's a lot of bio from Clem, though. Man, these supplies are so close right now. Another Infestor goes down. Zark, he's very good with the Infestors, but he does lose those individual ones a lot as they pop out, get the fungals. Usually very close to the Marines and Marauders. Snipes go down on both of the Vipers. Parasitic Bomb does get off on one of the medevacs, though. Clem's going to back up. A little bit of back and forth here. Let's see the trades in this game. 5,000 resources in favor of Clem, which wasn't a problem when Dark was mining way more, but that's not been quite as true lately. And now Clem's got this space up. This one's fully established. I don't know what happened to those lurkers up there. But I feel like Clem's economy is starting to get back into a reasonable spot, which it hasn't been in like most of the game, honestly. Dark's diving back in. This base isn't that important. I wouldn't hate to see Clem just sacrifice it, but Dark doesn't seem to care about it. He is diving further forward, parasitic bombing those medevacs to try to stop the healing energy. Oh, and the lurkers burrow in such an annoying spot. There are drones going down at the same time. I'm not really sure what's happening with the drones dying, but I don't know that it matters right now. This is the real fight that really matters as the lurkers dive into the main base with a lot of lings to support them. Clem is sending these units into counterattack. He's like, all right, can't have much back at home. I have to go get some damage done on the other side of the map. He's losing all of his production. This is where it hurts the Terran the most, is right in their production. Meanwhile, he's killing one of Dark's bases, but this is such an unimportant base at this point for Dark. Dark is doing so much more significant damage here. This base is a little bit more significant, but remember, Dark has both of these bases down here, so he's still mining. He still has all of his production, most of his production anyways. Whereas Clem actually can't build anything. He's trying to build more buildings so he can build more units. But he is stuck. He's mining okay, but he just can't do anything with that money. He's also very supply blocked. 84 supply cap right now, which, I mean, he can't build units anyways because he has no unit producing structures, but it's a real problem for Clem. How do you play a game of StarCraft where you can't build anything? I don't know. This is about to be another dead base. It's actually going to supply block him even harder. Finally get some supply depots finished up here. But it might be too late. Ooh, it's a nice Widow Mine. That's another nice Widow Mine. Is it going to be enough for Clem? I don't know. I don't think Clem's going to be able to get enough army back up. He's losing another base. This is one of his most important bases. And now he's down to essentially one base mining. And Dark's going to be able to take this base, no problem. Honestly, he could take this base, no problem. Clem is in the upper right-hand corner of the map now. He can't build any units. He's finally being able to produce from some structures, but I think it's too little too late. And it looks like Dark has done it in game number 3 here. There's the GG as Dark moves up to match point in this series. Super, super long game, but Dark finally making the killing blow, killing all of those unit-producing structures in the main base, killing everything in Clem's main. I think if Clem's counterattack was able to do real damage, you know, kill important bases, or kill like 4 bases instead of just 2, that might have been more significant. Dark's economy wasn't great after that, but Clem's economy just ended up going down to nothing. And it doesn't matter how good your economy is if you can't spend that money on actual units. Right? Like, you could have 200 supply of workers and take every base on the map and mine up all of it. But if you don't have a single barracks, you can have all the money in the world. You're still going to lose. Oh, man. What a good game. What a good series. I'm going to eat a little bit more Nature Valley while we're waiting for Hard Lead. Oh. Toilets. I see. A bog can mean just wet ground. Makes sense. It's kind of what I think of. But In English, England, the UK, and the UK, mate, they will refer to a toilet as a bog. That makes sense. And the toilets that were made were standardized. So it was the bog standard. Would never have guessed that's where the term bog standard came from. Thank you so much, TBD Forever, for bringing that up. I love it. All right. Hard lead is loading up right now. I once again get the Nature Valley granola bar out of my teeth. Sorry, sometimes you get a little too hungry. The energy gets a little low. You gotta munch on a snack while you're doing some casting here. Let's get into what could be the last game of the day. We're on hard lead, and the man with the hard lead, 2-1 on match point. It is Dragon Kaiser Gaming's Dark, running in the upper left-hand corner. His opponent, a highly esteemed Team Liquid's Clem, down here in the lower right. Looking pretty solid, pretty strong. Did feel like in that late game it gets harder and harder and harder though. Dark is a master of late game. I don't know, I haven't gotten to see a ton of Serral or Raynor's late game ZVT. I don't get to cast those guys very often, and honestly, we don't get a lot of tournaments where they play very often. And then you have to see them play like a late game ZVT against an excellent Terran. But I see a lot of Dark's late game ZVT, and it is masterful. It is masterful. I've seen him beat every one of the top Terran players in late game ZVT over the last like 6 months. You know, we've got him here against Clem. Saw him take down Maru actually in the KSL SummerSlam finals as a best of 7. Dark ZVT it might be the best in the world. I'm sure Serral and Raynor can give him a run for his money, but like, especially once he gets a late game, man, it is crazy hard to fight against Dark. We used to see a lot of that last season in the map pool on Gressfond. Against like Cure a lot. Beyond Gumiho. And he's just so good, man. He's not unbeatable, though. I mean, clearly, it's 2-1 right now. That last game was very, very hard fought. Clem had some moments where he was definitely ahead. We'll see if he's able to take advantage of some of that this game. Hard led a bit of a different map. I actually wouldn't be too surprised if Dark gets a bit aggressive again. Kind of like we saw in game 2. Reaper get chased. Gets 1 lane kill. Gets 2 lane kills. Oh, man. Clem's so good. He's so good. Even on the... We're on the West server right now. This is advantage Dark. Slight advantage, but even so, Clem getting some big damage done with this annoying-ass Reaper. Link's thinking about a counterattack. I try to sneak in here and get a SCV or 2. Only 1 Marine right now. Some nice damage here from Dark. He's like, yeah, kill my Lings, will you? Well, I'll show you. Oh, Ling Speed finishes up. He's going to dive in here. It's another SCV before the Hellion pops out. Oh, he gets a 3rd one. Oh, and a delay on the 3rd CC. Only a slight delay, but still. Nice damage here for Dark. 3 SCVs going down. Beautiful stuff. Dark once again skipping Ling Speed, so Going gasless for a long time. He does have enough gas for it now, but not using it on that link speed. See what he wants to go with. As he continues to macro up. Clem does have a third CC in the main, of course. This is the same kind of opening from Clem. The bog standard Terran opener, you might say. I just wish I got to cast Serral more, is really what it comes down to. I know every time I'm like, Dark's got the best late game in the world. People are like, but what about Serral? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure his is really good too. All right, but, you know, he doesn't come play in my tournaments. He doesn't play in if you know what, if Serral played in EPTNA, we would get to find out if his late game ZVT is the best in the world. But he doesn't, does he? So we don't know. Right now it's Dark, and Serral can't prove me wrong because he's not playing against Maru and Beyond and Cure and Gumiho. So we don't know. So Dark gets to take it until the next big tournament where we get to see Serral dumpster some Terrans in the late game. Until such time as that happens, I'm sticking with Dark. So ha. I'll tell you this, Serral, prove me wrong. Go play in KSL. Prove to me that you can do what Dark does to a Terran, but on like 350 ping. I'll accept it then. I don't think Serral will fall to a taunt, but you know, it's worth trying. Then counterattack coming in. The door is open, but Clem's like, I got a bunch of Marines. But the third base, not so Marine heavy. These links are not going to be able to bust through, though. I don't know if I like Dark really focusing on that. He does force the Hellions to pull back. The Banshee's even coming home. I don't think a lot happened on the other side of the map. Yeah, no drones going down so far. So I guess that worked out for Dark. He's able to distract all of Clem's units, keep his drones safe. Finally got that lair on the way. Fourth base and a fifth base going down here for Dark. Building 3 hatcheries at once. You'll love to see it. Heading towards Banelings, etc., etc. Clem, in the meantime, looks like he's going for a Widow Mines once again. Second factory already on the way here for Clem. This just looks like another nice macro game for both of these players. A couple drones going down. What is this? Banshees? Banshees over here being annoying, getting a couple of drone kills. Dark has actually been building a lot of buildings, and losing those 2 drones, he's down to 66 workers. And it's kind of funny how Dark's like, oh, we're at 75 drones. All of a sudden, 66. It's because you chose to build some buildings. How dare you? Dark gonna stop this base from getting sniped down. Clem tries to hit the main base, but the Lings are here as well. And Dark just defending. Defending. Ooh, Clem, though, morphing some Hellbats. Might try to be annoying and poke in. Banelings are done. They don't have speed quite yet. They can still be very dangerous to the Marines and or the Hellbats.
Oh man, Chickenman.
Marines just trading as well as they can against the Lings, but yeah, again, Dark gonna stop those Marines from dropping out. But here's the big push. JW, thank you so much for the resub. But we got a big push here from Clem. Hellbats and Stim Marines with some Widow Mines. Where are the Banelings to smash into these units? There's even Banshees here to help out on the backside. The Queens doing their best to poke down the front lines. Same time, Lings and Banes got to deal with this push over here. Clem continually lifting up and landing, and now the main is empty of Lings. Clem could drop in there as well. It looks like Dark is holding on both sides so far. They're burrowed Lings, not Banes. Dark not taking any economic damage. This is big. Those trades might be good for Clem, and they are. But if Dark doesn't take economic damage, he could just keep on holding like this. Clem, though, reinforcing, bringing more stuff in here. The Widow Mines burrowing. Dark trying to split off just a few Lings and or Banes out front. So far, those mines not targeting on anything. Bailing's getting some okay connections. Queens again pushing this back. These Queens have been so crucial in the defense for Dark. But Clem now hitting over here. The Lings are not too far away, but a few drones going to go down in the meantime before the Lings push those Marines out again. I'm going to stop this base from even starting. Oh, in the meantime, though, a few Banes get in. 5 SCVs killed. A lot of low hit point SCVs here. Unfortunately, for Dark, nothing to finish those off. He even sent like 2 or 3 Lings over there. Be a lot of dead SCVs. Clem clearing some creep, pushing up here. Nothing to kill these medevacs, though, except the Queens. Careful about those Queens. Dark Slings and Banes, not too far away. He's done such a good job defending. It's actually insane. It looks so dicey. And now he's going to counterattack into this base. That's not a planetary yet. It's 11 dead SCVs. I think he burrowed again as well, perhaps. Oh, the Ling's pathing the wrong way. Oh, no. Dark move commanding through that. Looked like it could have been so good. I think he accidentally sent them over here. 12 SCVs in total go down. Clem still has a pretty solid economy, though. He's got this 5th command center ready to go. Drops a 6th one down here as well. Big burrowed Bane group up top. Clem still has a drop out here as well. Keeping the pressure onto Dark. Dark, though, sending another big attack wave through. The Widow Mines. Oh my god, the amount of Widow Mines here is insane. The friendly fire, though, on the Marines. Doing some damage to those Marines. Bailing's getting some good connections up front as well. There's the drop in the main. The medevac finally went down, but Clem's Marines are going to kill these Queens. Let's get some Lings up there to help out. Same time, more Bailings come through, I think, but don't get the connections they were looking for. And now Dark is not on Clem's side of the map. Clem is counter-pushing straight into Dark. And Dark just runs out of juice. It felt like it was going so well there for so long. He keeps all that pressure on. But it was just those trades were so efficient for Clem. Over and over and over again. Even though Dark's economy didn't really take much damage. Clem's economy was getting better and the trades were staying consistent. So he's just pushing up and getting further and further ahead. And Dark just wasn't getting the connections he really needed to. Killing the workers was nice, but the army of Clem just ended up being too strong. And once he moved across the map, Dark was out. He was out. He's done. JW, thank you so much for the 8-month resubscription. Excuse me. Reading is hard. Oh man, JW man. Wow. Oh wow. JW the Nuke King. Yeah, maybe the JW resub will bless us with a nuke in one of these late games. We do have a game 5, so maybe. If we're lucky. All right, gotta finish this Nature Valley bar. Man. All right. We have the final map is going to be Alcyone. Thank you for bearing with me while I Eat Nature Valley granola bars. Let me wait. Players need a tiny break as well. Oh yeah, it's funny. Different people come in at different times. I am beardless. Fully beardless right now. It's a rare sight. Enjoy it while you can. No facial hair at all. Gonna have it for a couple of days like this. And probably will grow it back pretty soon. So don't worry. If you miss the beard, it won't be gone for long. The nice thing about having a clear face, though, is I feel like I can emote a lot more. I feel like the facial expressions are a lot more noticeable without a beard, you know? So I've been enjoying that. Getting to be a bit more expressive. I traded it for a cat. That's kind of true. Kind of true in a way, right? Shave the beard, get a cat. What are the chances? Gotta feed that cat after this. Just got the cat today. And he's an adorable, sweet little baby boy, and I love him. But let's get in to a match with two adorable, sweet little baby boys. One of them in the upper right-hand corner. For Team Liquid, it is Clem. And, of course, in the lower left-hand corner, the other one, Dragon Kitesy Gaming's Dark. All right, so what are we expecting in Game 5 now? I mean, honestly, both players have just been so solid and so macro-focused. We have had some cheeky moves. And that last game was kind of more like I expected, was some more aggressive play. But Alcyone, I do feel like, works well for just straight-up macro play. Things can get a little spicy with this low-ground area. So both players, I think, are going to have to make sure to mine these minerals out, kill these rocks, make sure they can get there easily. They can be very powerful tools if you leave yourself blocked off from that area of the map. But so far, looking pretty much as you'd expect. Dark has been known to do some cheeky builds. We did see him in Game 2 go for a big Roach Ravager push. We've seen it on this map before, but I don't know, it didn't work out that great in Game 2. So he might be trying to avoid it. So far, the macro games have been a little more consistent for Dark. He has 2 wins in the long macro games. Clem has 1. But even so, now that I think about it, Clem won the game where Dark got very aggressive, right? The Roach Ravager push. And Clem won the game where he got very aggressive. He had that big Hellbat push with the drop pressure. Lots of pressure coming out of Clem in that game. But the more passive games so far have gone to Dark. So it feels like if you're Clem, you might want to try to keep that pressure on. And it wasn't like a different opening or anything. It was just as the game started getting going, he started really putting that pressure on in earnest. Worked out quite well for him. We'll see if we see something similar to that. Wouldn't be too surprised. Clem is usually a very aggressive player. He's very strong at the multi-prong attack, and hitting a Zerg like that over and over and over again is so difficult to handle as the Zerg player, even for somebody of the caliber of Dark. Some Link's gonna sneak in. Hellions are like, no, actually. No, get out of here. Oh my god. Clem target fired the low lane. It's unfair. You shouldn't be able to be like this good at StarCraft. At anything. It's actually not fair. It's OP. Did Dark skip link speed again? No, I got link speed this time. That's right. I know, running out of things to talk about in the early game, as we have the exact same build again out of Clem. And pretty similar build out of Dark, although as I say that, I notice he's got this lair on the way, and he's taking triple extractor. So now it is starting to get a little bit interesting. There's that Roach Warren. I think Dark is going to try to push through the middle, maybe even busting down these rocks or Clem's rocks. Maybe both. Maybe he's going to try to bust the rocks. Talked about it already. Busting makes him feel good. Clem does have Banshees, playing it safe. Hellion Banshee opener into, oh god, I thought I clicked this barracks and I thought it said it was a factory. I was like, oh my god, there's more factories. Yeah. More barracks coming up. Stim is on the way. Exactly what you expect to see here out of the Terran. Sees no drones at this base. And immediately Clem pulls back. Look at that. Immediately he's like, oh, just get out of there. Don't even need to scout. Just get out of there. The Overseer is morphing, but that's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the Overlord that is morphing to bring the queens with this. Dark said, you know what? I'm tired. I'm hungry. Let's just end this. Let's just end this. 41 drones. And the queens, they're already here, man. They're already here. Whoa, where's the Overseer? Where's the Overseer? Dark doing hot pickups to avoid those Banshee shots. The Overseer is coming. There it is. Overseer. Overseer. Roach stays alive. Banshees staying alive, doing their best here. Their best BG's attempt. And this is all just buying time. Clem is just getting more stuff out. Look at that. He gets a tank out now. He's got the bunker up. Got the Hellions out front in case some Lings join up, as there are 18 Lings on the way. I don't know. Clem's looking pretty solid defensively. That's the best shot he's going to get after delaying so much with those Banshees. The front of the wall goes down. Raptor gets very low. Stays alive, though. Can we get the bile on the tank? Not quite, but the bile on the bunker. Oh, my God, but everything goes down. Where are the queens? The queens are up in the main base. What is happening here? Dark just lost everything on the low ground. I think that was a massive mistake and overextension from Dark. And once again, Clem defending against the Roaches and Ravagers just expertly. It really comes down to Dark just pushing it, I think, a little too far. And now the Banshees feel comfortable being over here. This side of the map, oh my god, the Queens dropped the Creep Tumors. Actually, so stupid annoying. Dark, you mastermind. You are evil, and I love it so much. A few drones going down out here. Dark tries to finally saturate the space. He's got 12 drones in production, but, I mean, his economy is terrible. This is really important that he's stopping this base from landing because his economy is so bad. He needs to catch up in workers at least before this third base lands. Creep tumors in the main base. Could try to spread out, but it looks like not quite going to happen there. Too bad, so sad. I love this for Dark, though. He's just going to spread creep all around and be as annoying as possible with it. But Clem is here. I think these queens got to get picked up and run away. I don't think they're going to be able to get out of there. Overlord, run. Run, Overlord. Oh, no. Keep running. No. Run away. Get over there. Whew. Spot says move out at least. Clem's got a lot of stuff, though. Look at that armor supply. 78 to 62. Dark trying to get some Lings out now, but Clem's got 1-1. And Dark put a lot into that attack earlier. And guys, I think he might have thrown this game a little bit with that push. Just not going well. Great defense from Clem. And this push just feels like it's going to be too powerful. There are 5 Infestors here, though. I thought those were other queens, actually. It's shocking how similar they look when they're all hanging out together. So Clem's going to back up. I thought we were about to see the end of this game. Whoa, hold on. The Chain Fungal on the Medivacs. Dark, hit another one. Oh, he's not going to get it. Oh, that's too bad. He could have Chain Fungaled that. He does force Clem back. Clem is still up 9 workers, though. It's 3 base to 3. There's no 4th even on the way right now for Dark. Dark is in an absolutely terrible position, and these Banshees are just making it even worse. Targeting down individual drones, dodging the bile. 6, 7, 8 drones going down. And just as Dark was getting back up into the worker count, I mean, this is brutal. Brutal. Dark is in a very tough spot. Yeah, I mean, Dark is pretty dead. He would need a massive fungal. That's pretty good. Can he combine them though? Can he capitalize on the fungals? Looks like the answer is probably not. Clem picks up and gets out of there with the Marines. The Banshees continuing to do damage over here. 20 kills on this Banshee, man. Jesus. Clem needs to be careful against the Infestors. But he's got so much stuff behind this. 5 more Infestors on the way. Listen, if anybody can make this happen, it's Dark. It's Dark. I won't give up on him yet. I mean, it was looking pretty dire. There's a dire situation here for Dark. But maybe he can do it. The Fungal Bile combo is pretty good. More Infestors coming out. Maybe he can hit with an Infestor from this side. I don't know. Clem's playing this very safe. 1 tank goes down. There are 4 siege tanks still here, though. They're going to be leapfrogging forward. That fungal doesn't really catch much, but a few Marines dying here. Bile's keeping Clem back for the time being. Misses a fungal there. Needs a couple big tank shots. I don't know, man. Dark's up to 178 supply right now. The army supply is very similar. Dark might be able to get enough out to actually push this fight back. Granted, Clem's on 4 bases on the other side of the map. So his economy is just rip-roaring right now. Ooh, Dark runs forward. Lands another few biles, but Clem continuing to reinforce with more bio, more tanks. 2 more tanks show up. He's up to 6 siege tanks right now. And Infestors are not particularly good against siege tanks. The scan as well to focus fire some of those Infestors over to the left-hand side. And again, while Clem is doing all of this on the other side of the map, he's putting so much pressure on, but he's got 4 bases. He is so well set up economically. He's ahead workers against the Zerg. And now the Ravagers are getting jumped on by the Stim Marines. The fungal comes in. But is it going to matter? All the Ravagers go down, and the Roaches are just not going to be enough on their own. GG gets called. And Dark, despite going up 2-1, gets reversed there. Clem pulls it back, wins it 3-2 to be the EPT 199 Americas champion. GG.